Welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and we're starting this week's show off probably the way we're going to end this week's show. Victory Lane at the New England Short Track Showdown, the Mainly Awards Victory Lane, as we are honored and privileged to help Bob Guptill fulfill a lot of dreams today down here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. This is the place everybody wants to be on the track. Everybody's always dreamed of it ever since the Bear family opened this track 20 plus years ago. And today, for the second annual New England Short Track Showdown, Bob Guptill has brought the Valente Modifieds, the Street Stocks, the Northeast Mini Stock Tour, and the Granite State Pro Stock Series here, and giving guys a chance that probably never dreamed to park in these garages, race on this track, in front of these grandstands. Today is the opportunity, and we're honored. Like I said, we are providing the hardware for all top three and all four divisions, and we are the official sponsor of Victory Lane here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So as many times as I've been down here, sat in those grandstands, watched the stars of the Monster Energy Series, the old Busch North Series, and just was a spectator. Today I am more of a part of an event at New Hampshire Motor Speedway than we've ever been. So thank you to Bob Guptill, all the other sponsors that made this weekend possible, and really excited as we have a lot of friends up here that are fulfilling dreams. And we're going to hear from a few of those guys on the street stock level of what it means to go down these long straightaways into these corners that we're 3 weeks away from watching the likes of Busch, Johnson, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick do the same thing on the same track out of the same garages. So we hope you enjoy this week's episode. We got a lot of coverage from down here at the New England Short Track Showdown right here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and we're looking forward to it. And like I said, the Mainly Awards Victory Lane, the trophies we're providing, and just excited to be a part of what is going to be a special day for a lot of racers.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 featured divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, West Owner Road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
eKeys, they raise the bar. eKeys for Cars.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and it's always good to have Amy Harrop, Hinton Harrop, what is it?
It's Amy Harrop. My Facebook name's Amy Hinton Harrop, so people get confused.
Amy's trying to talk me into this winter when things slow down and we're looking for something to do, a bachelorette type of setting, and put her in a house with 12 guys. I don't know if that's a good thing. I really don't.
No? You're the one who brought up the idea in the first place.
I know, but the more and more I think about it, and the more you smile every time I say it, I don't think it's a good thing. But we got a lot more coverage that we're going to show you this week from Loudon, and what a great event it ended up being. You know, the weather, everybody leading up to it was weather related.
There was no weather. Guptill hit it. Guptill nailed it. Guptill is a prophet. And wow, what a great time. But what a busy weekend we had. And, you know, it was jam-packed with racing, but unfortunately every area racetrack except Star Speedway didn't get anything in on Saturday. But Friday night, we were at the Sea Dogs.
Yeah.
And not knowing what to expect, the first annual Mainely Motorsports night. And what a great turnout. We had great participation from some race fans that bought tickets off us to help us raise money and put proceeds towards the Special Olympics. And what a great evening.
It was a great night with a lot of people, like you said, in the racing community. The Rowe family came out, the Maeda family. We had a lot of whiz kids there. We had 2 different go-karts, one from Richmond Speedway, one from Bartlett. And that was really cool. TJ Moon and Cruz Labrie from Bartlett. And it was really cool seeing their entire families there and just seeing, you know, little kids. They let these little kids go and sit in the go-karts, and it was awesome. And little TJ was like a pro. He was like handing out cards to everyone, signing them.
Absolutely.
It was cool to see.
And the whiz kids getting on the field and having their picture taken in front of the scoreboard. And then 5 of us, the representatives, each corporate sponsor that donated $1,000 got to have a representative throw out, you know, a first pitch. So we had a lot of fun with that. Mike Maeda Sr., you know, was representing his brother Robbie's business, Robbie Maeda, Pleasant Hill Auto Sales, throughout the first pitch. Mike Rowe, Waldo's didn't have a representative, Waldo's General Store, big supporter of motorsports over the year. Vicky Mulkern, great lady, has done a lot over the years for the sport. Mike Rowe, Vicky friends, so I thought it'd be fitting to bring the legend, Mike Rowe. Mainly awards, I had one, and I picked Debbie's grandson, who is, I loved baseball at 7, not like this kid, and he lives it, drinks it, and eats it. So we surprised him and gave him the opportunity to represent Mainly Awards. And then Basuto's Inc., we had a representative, which happened to be a family member, for the Special Olympics. You know, a Special Olympics competitor ends up being my nephew, and same thing, surprised him. So really a good time. But my pitch bounced. I couldn't even get it to home plate. But I think the funniest thing is, and anybody that saw my post on Facebook, now everybody knows that, you know, we've had Archie on here and we like to rib each other and all that. And he had a little surgery on Thursday. So, you know, he was taped up in the nose and stuff. And, you know, they go out to lunch every week with Mike Maeda and they kind of rib each other. So I didn't have the pictures, but Mike had them. And he showed me. I said, send them to me. So why? I said, just send them to me. So he sends them to me. So he said, what are you going to do with them? I said, I'm going to get a picture of you throwing the first pitch, and then I'm going to make a post on Facebook that made it look like you threw the ball 95 miles an hour, and the honorary catcher, Archie St. Hilaire, wasn't ready for it and took it in the noggin. Well, I did, and I could not believe the amount of people that I heard from this weekend through phone calls, text, and especially at Loudon, thinking that really happened.
It was funny just seeing people's comments, knowing what you were going to post, and all the get well wishes that Archie got. All the get well wishes for Archie.
And I think the best one was Devin Dorenzo, when he said, you can't make this and we did. We literally did. So that really didn't happen, but really funny. I'm glad Archie was a really good sport about it. You know, he even made a comment like, yeah, he really zipped it. Jim Carson from Late Model Digest, you know, a paper that goes all over the country and covers super late model racing, sent me a message that he wanted the facts and he wanted the photos because he wanted to run it in next month's story. So no, but it was a lot of fun. Slugger taking the go-kart around, taking my niece's Regina Ramsey's go-kart around the field, and just the atmosphere. They know how to do it.
They really do. And I haven't been to a Sea Dogs game since I was very young. And just people love like our local teams, and they were playing the New York Yankees affiliate, which made it that much of an even bigger game. And the Sea Dogs went out and smoked them, which made that night even better. Yep,
no, so I can't thank, and you mentioned them all, and just so rewarding. And you know, we'll raise close to $2,500 for the Special Olympics, and just keep plugging away on that. Looking forward to Mainly Motorsports Night over to Wiscasset Speedway on August 18th as we look to raise even more money for the Special Olympics. But like I said, I can't thank those sponsors enough. Waldo's General Store, Bazzuto's Inc., obviously Mainly Awards, and then Pleasant Hill Auto Sales, as they all stepped up. And for the $1,000 that they spent, they ended up with 50 tickets for employees and customers. And then 500 of the 1,000 went to the Special Olympics. So what a great way to make a donation and reward your employees or your loyal customers.
Yeah, it was definitely, and like you said, it was just cool to have, just a whole entire racing family doing something different, not at a track, outside of our element, but everyone still had a fantastic time.
Yeah, no, so, and thank you to Dennis Meehan from the Portland Sea Dogs, as he was a pleasure and a joy to work with, and, we'll be back next year for Mainly Motorsports Night, the second annual Mainly Motorsports Night. It's a lot of the same things and have a lot of fun. So, but, man, after that, it was rush back and build trophies because Bob Guptill, had a situation where he thought the trophies were handled for the New England Short Track Showdown, and they weren't. Reached out to me Thursday night late, said, "Can you help me out?" And I couldn't do it. I myself could not do it. If it wasn't for Corey Morgan at the sign store giving me what I needed from him, and my brother Brick, everybody knows him as Brick, willing to build them. When we got back from the Sea Dogs and we were up till 1 o'clock, packed Debbie's Denali, it was packed. I felt like I was a racer in a containment seat because our suitcase, because we were going up to White Mountain for the weekend to go over and spend some time with the Averys and hopefully catch some racing, which we didn't. It was on the console, so I was driving like this with this, and but it all worked out. And really, I couldn't have done it without Brick and Corey because, with what we do with Mainly Awards, just like what we do here, it ain't me, it's all the other people that make it happen. I'm just the guy that, stirs the drink, the glue that holds it together, that, you've seen that. And,
yeah.
Really, it just all worked out. And then to head over to Loudon and have everything work out for Bob Guptill, a lot of the teams, nobody, there was some crashes like there always are, but nobody lost a race car. Nobody, is hurt enough that, they're not going to go to work on Monday. So it really made for a great weekend.
It really did. And like you said, it was awesome because there was a lot of hard racing, but a lot of clean racing.
Very clean racing.
And I know one person that did take quite the lick was Gabe Brown. Unfortunately, twice, but that was probably the hardest hit of the day. And like you said, he was even able to drive away from that.
Yeah, no, exactly. So we're going to take a break. We come back, and I preach this about that event, the memories that are being made. And we're going to talk to a couple of street stockers, and one of them you see on the show every week in the Pat Man commercial, and that's Pat Thorne, made the decision. Well, I'll let him tell you how they made the decision to go there. And another a guy that's synonymous in winning races, winning big street stock races, and went to Loudon. And just and I'll let him tell you too what we talked about. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, you're going to hear from a couple of street stockers, and then we'll show you the street stock highlights from New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
The world's fastest motorsport returns to Epping, 4th of July weekend. See 300-mile-an-hour drag racing live and up close. Kids 12 and under are free. Bring the whole family and celebrate our nation's independence at the NHRA New England Nationals. July 6th through 8th at New England Dragway. Get tickets early and save at nhra.com/tickets.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Here, and here's a guy that had no plans on being here today until the weather happened up in Maine on Saturday night. They got talking around some alcoholic beverages and made the decision to come down here. And you just came out of your first practice. What do you think, Pat?
Well, it's definitely a different feeling to get used to. You got to, it's weird judging the brake points, and it's weird just hitting the gas wide open in the middle of the corner, and hey, it's going to turn.
You know, you've been Oxford, you Beechridge, you watch your dad race the Thursday Thunder and the Wednesday night programs, and you know, you've probably seen tons of races from the grandstands. Now you're going to be a part of it. You're going down that straightaway. What does it give you chills the first couple laps? You're on the Magic Mile.
Yeah, it did actually. A couple times it was, you're like, wow, holy heck, we're actually doing this. That was cool.
And this event is all about guys like you, giving you the opportunity to fulfill dreams. And, you know, I mean, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to make it to NASCAR. We're not going to be the shortstop for the Yankees, but you know what? We're on the big stage, the big track today, and I know there's a lot of people behind the scenes that make it possible for you to race week in and week out, but even to get to an event like that, and talk about those guys that your sponsors and the guys that, and one of them is very instrumental in what we do with Mainely Motorsports.
Yep, very much so. My father, Craig, owns Patman's Redemption, and you got Randy. He's my main wrench guy. He's constantly hounding me, getting me going, making sure everything's done right. You got Mom back home. She's running the shop while we're out playing. She gets the terrible part of the job, but oh well. It's I mean, there's my grandfather, Casco Bait and Tackle. You got Harpoon, Shipyard. They both threw in. Forever Two Wheels, they're doing a great job. And Zach Belfer and his father Scott at Belfer Masonry.
No, so there's a lot of people helping. And I promise the viewers that me and Pat will work together this summer to make sure we get a new Patman's commercial, right? Because you're all grown up from the other one, but we will put something together. But we wish you the best of luck. Glad to see you down here. Really excited that you get the opportunity. And it's all about an opportunity today. At the end of the day, they're going to make memories over here, and it doesn't necessarily have to include Victory Lane. So good luck to the 27 and Pat Thorne right up out of the great state of Maine. Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're over here in the Monster Energy Cup garages. How's that sound, Kyle Ewens?
It's pretty fun. This is a cool deal.
Yeah, and this is a big deal. You've won a lot of races up there in the state of Maine, a lot of big street stock races. But to come down to New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Short Track Showdown and have your first time around this Magic Mile, I mean, does it give you goosebumps, chills? I mean, what's the feeling out there?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, when we rolled through the tunnel, I had goosebumps just like I do right now talking about it, and it's quite an experience. We was a bit nervous getting into it because you don't know what you know what I mean? We had no clue. This is nothing like we've ever done before. So we got here and I drew 47 out of 50, and I was actually happy because I'm like, well, we'll start at the back and we can actually pass a few cars instead of going backwards and looking like a fool. And you want to have fun, but you know, as soon as you get here, after you have the fun, you have expectations. We want to run good, but it's unreal, different than anything we've done.
Now, last year, your brother Kurt blew a right front, ended up in the one-turn wall, so you don't want that to happen to you. But the name Hewens is synonymous with this level of racing all throughout the state of Maine. You got a huge contingent of family down here supporting you, cheering you on, and I mean, that's what it's all about. This is, you know, you're going to make memories today, and like I tell everybody, memories at a racetrack don't necessarily have to include Victory Lane.
Right.
But they could with you today because you are going good. But that's a big deal for the whole Hewens clan to be racing at New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just a small group of guys that we all hang out, and I got a 24 by 24 garage, and just a couple of guys that are my buddies hang out and help out, you know, and a bunch of family that are willing to come and support. And the Whittiers, you know, couldn't ask for two better people than David and Mike Whittier. They helped me rebody this thing for this weekend, and we just busted our tails to get here, you know, with not a lot of money or anything like that. Pretty much the setup and everything that we have today is exactly what we've been running at Wiscasset Weekly. Like, we ain't changed nothing but the tires they're making us run. And to even be close to running in the top 5 for speeds today, you know, that's way above my expectations. So we're happy just to be here and hopefully have a lot of fun and load it in the trailer.
Exactly, and I know there's a lot of fans of Mainly Motorsports that love short track racing. They're here pulling for our main guys to end up in Victory Lane in one of the 4 divisions. So we wish you the best of luck. Be safe and enjoy your experience at the Magic Mile.
Yeah, thank you guys.
here with Albie Ovitt, who just held off Kyle Hewins, all the other competitors, to win the street stock race here at the New England Short Track Showdown. So tell us about the last few laps there and, you know, how it felt. All smiles here.
Oh, yeah. Didn't expect to win. Just happy to be racing here, and didn't want to see that little yellow, I can tell you that. I knew that 36 car was coming. I knew he was fast, but I also heard him on the scanner say next flag wins the race. If they throw a yellow, that's it. So I was kind of, didn't want to finish that way, but I was kind of jumping up and down at the same time.
And yellow there at the beginning of the race, you know, you restarted third, and all of a sudden you were up there competing with like Kyle for the lead. So like, tell us a little bit about what went through your head there.
On the redraw, we ended up starting 14th. So my plan was to just bide my time, be patient, save my stuff, and a couple guys just ended up wrecking each other. I was in the top 5 before, I think, lap 3. So I just started picking them off, and once I got to Kyle, I knew he was a good racer. I've seen him race everywhere, and I knew it'd be a good race to at least try for the win.
And how does it feel to like win here at New Hampshire, which is the crown jewel of New England, let's face it. So, you know, this is the biggest track here in New England.
Yeah, it really is. I don't think anybody expects to win here. You want to. Just like I said, just happy to be here, but I don't think it's going to sink in for a little while. I'm just beyond excitement right now.
And who would you like to thank for helping you out today and, you know, just like this year in general?
I got to thank R&R Public Wholesalers, the entire Renfrew Racing team. They took a chance with me to put me in this car, and we've had a stellar year so far. I got to thank Kyle Roy Racing Engines for his awesome horsepower. Skip Armstrong, he does our transmissions and rear ends, and he's flawless. Rulo Racing for all his help. Everybody that's a part of this, it's hard to remember everybody, especially in a moment like this, but they're very much appreciated, and they're going to enjoy it as much as I do, trust me.
Well, it was a great race to watch, and we can't wait to see how you do for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hello, this is John Force, and you're watching Mainly Motorsports. Come see me at the NHRA New England Nationals, July 6th through the 8th, New England Dragway. Be there.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
The world's fastest motorsport returns for the NHRA New England Nationals, July 6th through 8th at New England Dragway. Get tickets early and save at nhra.com/tickets.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and congratulations to Albie Ovitt. You know, he's collecting hardware for Mainly Awards this year. And Kyle Hewins, you know, I mean, you heard it in his interview, you heard it in his voice, and if you were there, you heard it in his voice over the PA when they were interviewing him. You know, the chills of that race and what it meant to him and his family and the people that behind him. So really a great job. But then the mini stock, that's Guptill's bread and butter, the Northeast Mini Stock Tour, and wow, they put on a great race, and what a great finish they had.
It was awesome. The entire race, just incredible. It was really cool seeing like some drivers like Emerson Kyer drive up to the front, but that finish that Nick Mignata pulled off was incredible, side by side.
Killer restart with 5 to go, and man, I'm going to tell you, and thank you to Louie for doing all the filming from the rooftop, and thank you to Amy and Dick on the infield, killing it during these Victory Lane interviews. Loved it. But I want to give a little shout out to somebody that went down there and competed in the mini stock race, started shotgun on the field, avoided all the wrecks, wasn't a threat for the podium, wasn't a threat for anything other than just riding around and being a part of it. And that's Becky Elston out of way up in northern Maine. Her uncle Wayne, big supporter of us, Mainly Motorsports, every week. He's one of the scroll sponsors. Every year he's at the Augusta show. Barry, her dad, loyal follower. They were down there participating in the green number 97. They weren't the speed demon, they weren't, but she was there, and that's what this race is a part of. She fulfilled probably never in her wildest dreams when she was growing up racing the little go-karts up there at Speedway 95 or racing on the Wacky Wednesday program with the ladies, that she'd be racing on the Magic Mile. And Bob Guptill gave her that opportunity, and a little shout out to her and her little family and her dad and her uncles that pulled it all together and took her to the Magic Mile. But enjoy the highlights of the mini stock race and hear what the winner has to say as Amy catches up with him in victory lane.
Who just won the 30-lapper in a pretty incredible finish here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. You came up there at the end and won in the restarts and just blew them away. Can you talk to us a little bit about those last few laps there?
Yeah. I don't know what other guys are doing, but here it's such a big track, we shifted. So on those starts, we got good power, and then we shifted and just watch ourselves pull away from them. But we got pretty loud here. So we saw ourselves get out to a pretty big lead. My guys were talking on the radio, and saw them coming at the end, and he got on my outside coming to the line, and we just got him by a fender. So.
And you said in Victory Lane, your 6th mini stock victory, but your first here in New Hampshire. What does it mean to you to win here at like the gem of New England?
Yeah, it's definitely one that we crossed off our checklist. We've got the World Series and some of the other big tracks in New England, so we'll have to take a look at it again and see what show we're going for next year.
And lastly, who are some of the people that you'd like to thank for getting you here today and for helping you out and get to victory?
Yeah, just all the guys with the RMS crew that I race for here, and especially my wife and my daughters for allowing me to just put the hours into it to get the car ready. So one of my daughters and my wife were up here watching, and I know they would cheer it. So during the red flag, I was talking to them on the phone. I called them, I had my phone in there, and they were giving me some inspiration.
Well, congratulations, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling to Mainely Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Biddeford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. Last year, 1 out of every 3 campers sold in Maine came from my dealerships. Why? Low prices, a no-pressure sales process, and a great selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, motorhomes, even horse trailers. Forget about MSRP. We start thousands below that. We take most anything in on trade that we don't have to feed. We're just regular guys and gals in jeans and sneakers selling millions of dollars worth of great stuff.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports and the Granite State Pro Stock Series on the docket for the New England Track Showdown. And Mike Parks, this is his 2nd time there, and they didn't get the car count that they hoped. The weather kept some teams away, some guys, things that happened, and because the pre-entry list was up over 30 cars, but the ones that were there put on a great race, and there was battles all the way through the entire event, and then the last 5 laps, it was epic. It was an epic battle. So enjoy the highlights and enjoy Amy's interview from Victory Lane with the winner.
and we're here with Reed Lamper, who just pulled off an incredible last lap pass to win the Granite State Pro Stock Series 50 here at Northeast Short Track Showdown. So how does it feel?
It feels amazing. I just kind of gave it my all there going in the top groove, and did me pretty well. She stuck, got a good run off the corner, and we're able to get past them there on the backstretch. So it was pretty cool.
And this is basically like a 50-lap practice. You know, you're coming up in a few weeks to race a K&N race here. So what are some of the things that you learned from today that you're going to take with you that weekend and a few weeks coming up?
A lot, just the way the track changes, the line, where the grip is, where it isn't. My confidence is probably one of the biggest things. Going into that race now will be a lot easier. So I'm really looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun with the Jefferson Pitts crew there, K&N car.
And big smiles from you and your entire crew here. Who are some of the people that you'd like to thank for helping you out today?
Yeah, we were pretty happy. This is our first win this year. We've come close quite a few times, but huge thank you to all my sponsors, Team EJP, Mission Trailers, Docs.com, Fastway Trailer Products, Mainly Batteries, Main Equipment Rentals, Scotch Recreation, Jeff up to Distance Racing Products, builds an awesome car. My crew chief, Jason Ricker, really knows how to make that thing go fast. And my parents, family, and crew for all they do to make this possible.
Well, great momentum for you here today at New Hampshire, and we can't wait to see how you do here in a few weeks.
Thank you very much.
Who saw that coming?
Nobody. It was incredible, and Dick, our camera guy, Dick was so excited because he knows. I mean, everyone knows. Eddie McDonald is the one to beat at New Hampshire.
Yeah, Mr. New Hampshire.
And nobody is beating Eddie on the bottom. And last lap, Reed Lamper just, you know.
It reminded me of Days of Thunder. You know what I mean? Like the last lap, and Reed just hung it out. And, you know, and Eddie's a class guy to race with. If you got Eddie beat, he's going to let you beat him. He's not going to pull over and stuff, but he's not going to force you up in the wall. He's not going to rub on you. I mean, you're coming off 2, not 4. Maybe it's a little different if they're coming off 4 and he's trying to make the pass, but yeah, what a great job by Reed Lamper, the entire Scotch Recreation team, the sponsors, Team EJP, the Jason Ricker-led group that's been together for a few years, and man, that's a big win and carries some momentum. As in less than a month, he's back there with the K&N ride. So how much confidence is he going to walk through that tunnel on? You know, so when he's getting ready to compete on, what did we say, July 21st, he's going to compete with the K&N level. I mean, already with a win at New Hampshire under his belt. So really, really excited for them. We're going to be down there, and you're going to be down there that whole weekend. So, you know, it's coming right up, the weekend of the 21st, 22nd, July. Get your tickets for the Saturday show, the Sunday show, whatever you can do to be a part of down there, because it's going to be epic. That's my word of the weekend, epic. So we'll take a break. We come back. We'll show you some mod highlights, which that was a barn burner. I mean, the mods at Loudon. That's when you say the mods at Loudon, anybody that's ever seen them. So we'll come back with some mod highlights in the winter again.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs.
Next, we're here with Ron Silk, who just won the modified racing, kind of conclusion here at the Northeast Short Track Showdown. So you were in the lead there at the beginning there, and kind of fell back to 4th place at one point, but then at the end there, kind of got him back. Tell us about the end and just the race overall in general.
Yeah, it was a good race up front. I think we had the best car. Before that last caution there, we were about 10, 12 car lengths ahead of second, and really was happy with the car. Restarts are just so tricky here. Like, you're better off being on the top, but every time I started on the top, no one pushed me, and Woody would get a push from Nacella every time, so he'd get back by me. But it was just good racing between me, Woody, and Anthony and Nacella, and me and Nacella got together a little bit at the end there, and I hate that it went down like that, but couldn't win from 3rd, so we both drove in there pretty hard, and we got together a little bit, and I know he just got outside the groove a little bit and up into the marbles and cost him a good finish, so don't like that.
You talked about it a little bit, but how important is the draft here at places like New Hampshire Motor Speedway?
Yeah, the draft's important. It's weird because your car handles different when you're in front of cars and when you're behind cars, and it kind of equalizes things. Like, you could have a better car than somebody, but they can keep up with you just because of the draft. So it definitely plays a part in it, and it's fun. I love coming here. This is my favorite racetrack. And
like Bob Guptill said, you're no stranger to victory lane here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, but does it ever get old?
No, not here. It's been a while since I won one here, so it feels good. Hopefully we can come back for the tour race and get another one.
Well, congratulations, and we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, this is John Force, and you're watching Mainly Motorsports. Come see me at the NHRA New England Nationals, July 6th through the 8th, New England Dragway. Be there.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. As you could see throughout this program, all the highlights we've shown, the winners' interviews, the interviews of the 2 street stalkers. That was the place to be this weekend, wasn't it?
It really was. I had an incredible time. We were talking before the show, just to, grow up being a fan of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's obviously like the crown jewel of New England. Everyone wants to win there. It's a big show, and to just have like unrestricted access to be able to walk down pit lane even when the cars are on the track, and to stand there in turn 1 and watch cars come off after a restart was awesome. Being able to be in victory lane was awesome. So definitely thank you to Bob for letting us be a part of it all, because it was an incredible day. Yeah, and it's funny. I've been going there for years. I was, I think, the first ever Busch North race. Sit in the grandstands. I've had hot passes. I've had access. I've done some media stuff, and to sit up, and go down there and work with his staff, setting up Victory Lane, the banner it was Mainly Awards Victory Lane. The trophies, and watching them as I was watching the race, and the cars would roll in and the trophies would go on the roof, and know that we played a part in that. And you see the pictures that people post on Facebook, and their own social media things, and people posting stuff, and to see the hard work that you put into it is in those photos, and not to mention the job you did. What an incredible job with Victory Lane. And I'm not a social media guru. I'm afraid of cell phones and stuff, because someday if you want to stop me, and I'll tell you about, I didn't realize when you took a picture where it went, and then I got called out on it one time when it was still there, a digital camera and phones. And so I'm not good with this stuff. And to have Amy that was down there and some of the video and getting that raw emotion right from the get-go, and as it's happening, 20 seconds later, people are able to see it, not a week later, like on the show, or 3 days later if they, need the coverage from Speed 51 or whatever they post theirs, So great job by you, in that aspect. You've brought a different level to the show because of that, because it was something that I was lacking. I'm an old man that doesn't know technology. Thank you. I mean, social media is something, I used to be like a social media manager for an artist, and, it's a big part of like my website that I have too. And like you said, the raw emotion of people, like it was so cool. We talked about like, Reed Lampert's smile when he came out of his car, and that was contagious. And
he's still on his face.
Yeah, and it rubs off on like, everyone that was there for photographers, everyone that was there for media, and everyone was just so happy and elated. And it was cool to capture those moments like you see. And thank you to like all of the fans of the show, because we had an incredible response to all our social media stuff today.
Yeah, no, and you know, I love it when you go out to these events because we're just, I don't want to say we're doing our job because we ain't making no money, trust me, but we're bringing stuff back to people and you know, highlights and you know, and being able to show some of that, and it really is a good feeling when, even though you know, I heard more talk about my supposed weight loss, that I don't think I'm losing weight, but I haven't had 50 people tell me it looking good, you're losing weight. I think I'm not losing weight. I think I broke the scale and it's stuck on a number because I don't feel it. And then, you know, the whole Archie thing, but you know, I know there's people that appreciate it. We had a gentleman that they run home with Seekonk Weekly. He was involved with the number 76 street stock, and I wish I could remember his name. You know, me and Debbie were walking through the street stock pits, and he chased us down. You know, and I follow your show every week. I watch it online. You know, and then that's pretty cool. And what we have, and to take and be a part of that. We'll go down there in 3 weeks, and we'll be like not even a fly on a horse's ass. You know, with the NASCAR side of things. But this weekend, we were the deal, you know what I mean? And I felt like that people appreciated that, you know? I mean, Bob was very gracious with the Mainly Award plugs and promotions and the Mainly Motorsports throughout the weekend, and that's pretty neat. You know, it kind of gives you a little chills when you feel like, you know, somebody's acknowledging the hard work that we really are doing.
And you know what was really cool, you know, it was one of my highlights of the day is I grew up going to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. That's how I fell in love with racing. After I went to my first race, I was really hooked. And to hear Mike Twist give you a shout out and then to say my name on a PA system at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, like I was giddy. There was the biggest smile on my face. And to just like receive recognition, like you said, they valued us there. We were one of the only outlets there doing interviews in Victory Lane, and like people, you know, waited to do interviews with us. Like Reed Lamford jumped out of his car, and you know, as soon as they were done taking pictures, he did that interview with me, and it was just really cool. Like that was the highlight of my day, is just hearing like Amy Harrop, it's down there in Victory Lane. Yeah, you know, it's cool.
No, that's great, and I appreciated you, but none of it, if it wasn't for Dave and Down Cellar Promotions or Productions, I should say. None of this would be done because we do it, and I'll take him it and drop it with some notes, and you guys are watching it, and that's how it goes together. And really appreciate all the hard work of Louie on the roof, and you and Dick in Victory Lane, and Dave sitting at home chomping at the bit waiting for this stuff, and really excited. There's a lot of things going on. We encourage you to get out and support the people that support short track racing, sponsors of the show, the sponsors of the tracks, the cars, and all that. A couple of big events coming up. Spud Speedway, you're going up there. You know, the Spud 200, you know, pass race. Going to be a lot of guys from Canada. All the top dogs on the Pro All-Star Series going to be up there. July 3rd?
Yep.
So, yeah, if you're out from Bangor North or you're looking for something to do, you're on vacation that week, one of the smoothest racetracks out there. I've been there a couple times. That's where, you know, Austin Terry was found. There's big talk that he's going to be there. So that'd be pretty neat. That'd be big for the hometown crowd. New England Dragway coming right up. We'll be there. Mainly Motorsports Night at Lee USA Speedway, where we sponsor the trophies, give away some hats, give away some bikes, and have a lot of fun coming up on July 6th. So there's a lot going on. So we encourage you to get out, support short track racing just like we do. Thank you to Bob Guptill, all the competitors, all the fans that showed up in New Hampshire this weekend. When everybody told you it was going to rain, you guys braved it. You showed up, and you did the right thing, and you saw some great racing. So for Amy, Steve, Dick, behind the scenes, Louie, Dave, appreciate all everybody does, and appreciate all you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports.
Think about taking your time.